For more episodes of the Games4all podcast, check out our website, www.games4allpodcast.com.
You can also follow us at twitter.com/Games4all, or check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Games4all podcast.
The Games4all podcast is brought to you in association with HostGator. For all your web host needs, check out hostgator.com. Hello and welcome to the Games4all podcast, episode 60. I'm your host Dan Young, and with me as always are my good friends
James Craigie
and
Michelle Barry.
Okay, so welcome to the show. We're going to be talking about what we've been playing, as always.
We've not really been playing a lot this week.
No, it's been a slow week.
And I have to say what we have been playing, well, you and me, Dan, we've been going fairly retro.
A little bit.
Cool.
A little bit. I mean, I played some Gears 2, like I said I was going to need because of the 21 times XP weekend thing.
Yeah.
For 4th of July weekend.
Hey,
we didn't really celebrate that, but hey,
I just have to say a story. Someone on my Facebook, an American friend, did this whole thing of, what do you like most about 4th of July? And it's like, it's the fireworks, it's the hanging out with friends, and it's all like 4th of July stuff. And I had to add an answer in there.
Tom Cruise in a wheelchair?
No. Best thing about Independence Day was the bit where Will Smith punched the alien. I don't think that went down very well.
Probably not. Okay. So yeah, other than Gears, I played some Gears 2, not very much of it, but hey, played some Kinect Sports.
Yeah.
Just because I felt
feeling guilty.
No, not really. I just kind of threw it in, thought, just kicking imaginary football around a bit.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and then like you do, you get bored. Think, I really wish I had an imaginary football to kick around. Oh wait, now I've got Kinect Sports, so I'll throw that in and see how it's like. And then, a while ago I picked up the Sega Mega Drive Ultimate Collection. I had trouble saying that, but I haven't really sort of popped that in, and so I thought, throw that in, play some Altered Beast.
Yeah.
And then
there are a lot of games on that.
Yeah, no, I haven't really even, like I said, literally just played Altered Beast off of it.
That's top of the list.
Yeah. So, played some of that. It's good. Brings back some memories.
Yeah, I played Altered Beast around yours a little while ago.
Yeah. We had it. We played it on the Dreamcast.
Yeah,
on the Dreamcast out. Yeah, some ROMs and stuff on there. Yeah, that was interesting.
That's hard. Hard game. Games were a lot harder back then.
Yeah, no, yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's pretty much it. I mean, literally, I've not played anywhere near as much stuff as I actually wanted to.
No.
So I'm kind of hoping this next week I'm going to try and just fucking, if I could finish LA Noire, Duke Nukem Forever, and Shadow of the Dam next week, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
But it is not going to happen.
No. Well, I've been going on a sort of adventure game spree.
Okay.
The episodes 3 and 4 of the Back to the Future, the game series, came up on PSN. I downloaded them a couple of weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Just started playing them. Still good, still kind of feels like just parts of one big game.
Right.
Plays like a Back to the Future movie.
Cool. Can't really moan at that.
No, I'll probably give more of an impression of that when I've actually finished all 5 parts.
It's not something, I'm a fan of the films, but I don't know if I'd play this. I don't know.
It's pretty good. There's some nice sort of little moments and everything, and you can laugh at. But also been playing on a DOS emulator on my PC, which
is just good enough to play DOS games.
Just good enough to play DOS games. Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis.
Nice.
Which is arguably the best Indiana Jones game. I don't think it's even arguably. I think it is the best Indiana Jones game.
You're not talking about a wealth of great games there. So.
No, I mean there was that Indiana Jones game that came out for the Wii a little while ago, which was awful.
Oh yeah, what was that called?
I can't remember.
There was going to be one for the.
It was awful, but it actually came with Fate of Atlantis.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, and I think that's why most people bought it.
Probably. So. I know they were planning on doing one for the 360 and PS3.
Yeah,
I don't think that ever got off the ground.
No, I think
that was probably supposed to come out at the time that the 4th movie came out, but yeah. Anyway,
maybe we'll be lucky and get one with the 5th.
Maybe we'll be lucky we won't get a 5th movie.
Yeah, I hope so. But no, Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. It's pretty cool. I enjoy it. It's made by LucasArts, obviously it's running on the Scum engine. It is, for all intents and purposes, Monkey Island, but with Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Oh, there you go.
So that's kind of
That's kind of it. That's really... We've been playing much this week, haven't we?
I know. I've been making an effort to try and not game so much, and in the not gaming so much, I've kind of not gamed at all.
Nah.
So,
yeah, I know.
And a bit overkill. I need to find some sort of balance this next week.
This is why we've got quite a lot of news later.
Yeah. What have you been playing, Michelle? Because I know you've been...
Yeah, I haven't been playing any of the consoles. I've been sticking to my iPhone.
Awesome. Because we don't really talk about, iPhone games and stuff, because, I don't have
neither of us have.
Yeah, probably went, you got an
iPod, yes.
iPod Touch, so...
Yeah, but the
you broke it.
earphone jack has buggered up.
The exact same thing happened to mine, and I sold it on eBay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm very much into my rhythm games.
Yeah.
So I've got Tap Tap Revenge on my phone, Guitar Hero, and at the minute I'm playing Rhythm Spirit, which is kind of like Castle Crashers on the Xbox.
Yeah, it has that same sort of cartoony style to
it
and all that. It's kind of like an adventure game, but you get the rhythm bits and tapping in time and everything, but kind of like it's more kind of action orientated, kind of sort of Samurai Jack kind of.
You have 4 icons that you tap along with that come along on screen. You have an up arrow, a down arrow,
Patapon or something.
But a
bit like that.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
And
cool.
you've got 4 icons you've got to tap along to
sort of jump, crouch.
Yeah,
sword,
awesome.
yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I gotta get a fucking iPhone.
Well, we might let you play it later.
That's
Maybe
awesome.
That's I pretty liked. That was pretty good, really. But it's like I think I got it for free. I can't remember, or it was 59p.
Ah, cool.
One
of
of
those
those
little budget games.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah. And
also, we were talking about it last week.
Yeah, Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge. You got the iPhone version.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's good. It's really good. It's quite easy to go along with. It's basically sliding your finger at different positions on the screen. And it's pretty much the same as the Xbox, really. Apart from you can actually see Faith.
Yeah, it's
not so
much. It's third person
2D.
Yeah.
Sort of side-scrolling
cool.
type thing and all that.
That's awesome.
And after that, I was watching you play it. I was looking at it and thinking, wow, that actually looks really nice.
When did that come out then? Did it come out shortly after the first game?
Yeah,
awesome.
well, about a year after maybe, so 2009.
There's been some stuff in the news, not that we're going to talk about it today, but there's been more information leading to the possibility of Mirror's Edge 2.
All right, calm down.
So the rumours flying around quite a bit over the last month or so, but yeah, I think I'm not going to mention the website because we don't like to plug people because they don't plug us. So no, but there's this particular website. I've done a little piece on it. So yeah.
Number 1 game.
I have a feeling that Michelle will not let you leave this very room until you divulge the website to her off mic.
Yeah, I think I can remember.
But yeah, that's it. So you're kind of going to be our voice of iPhone games, aren't you?
That's cool. We kind of do need that.
Yeah.
We don't talk too much about handheld gaming. It's more console focused.
But,
we get someone there that plays on PCs. We'll be sorted.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of easy for me because this, if you've got so much going on and you haven't got time to get to a console, I just get my iPhone out.
No, yeah. I'd be exactly the same if I'm honest. Like, if you can't be asked to sit down or because if I sit down at a console, I want to be there for a couple of hours.
Yeah,
definitely. On the bus.
This is where I feel like a weirdo because I read a book.
Yeah.
I should not be doing this podcast.
Tell you what, you make it. Like I have to pick the name of the episodes. You make it so easy.
Yeah. Cheers.
No problem. Okay, so that's pretty much the first segment.
Yeah,
we're done and dusted there. That's record time. That is.
Yeah.
Jeez, under 10 minutes. Shocking. Okay.
Should we do some filler?
Nah.
Play me out, Johnny.
Okay. Well, we're going to have a quick break. But before we do so, we're going to mention our good friends over at the Underground Geek Network. They do an awesome podcast that goes out every fortnight now. They don't have a promo for us, unfortunately, but we'll be cutting on together later on for them to play in their show this coming week. They're on episode 16, I think. And for anyone who hasn't really checked them out, James, what can they expect if they head on over to undergroundgeeknetwork.com or check them out on iTunes?
Well, the clue is really in the title.
Yeah.
I mean, they are subterranean nerds who network.
Yeah, that's correct.
No. they kind of do a bit of everything. They talk about games, films, comics, anime, anything kind of like cool that would appeal to people like us or like me, who loves all that shit.
Awesome. No, yeah, it's a great show, and you know, we love being affiliated with them, and it's all good. It's awesome.
I mean, they've got like a ton of stuff sort of to talk about at the moment. Because there's like we're now entering the summer season, which is when some of the superhero movies have come out.
Yeah, Comic-Con's around the corner.
I know they love that sort of Van and Aaron and all that. Love talking about that. So we'll be talking about that. Yeah, and like you said, Comic-Con and all that. So yeah, it's going to be good. So
yeah, definitely. But
yeah,
please, we urge. I mean, if you're into more than just games, I mean, obviously you listen to us for games, but if you're into a bit more than that, check these guys out because they do a really cool show. And yeah, it's every 2 weeks, and check them out on iTunes.
They do talk about games as well.
Yeah, they do.
But you see, that they cover a different demographic because they have a 3DS.
True.
We don't.
Yeah. We need to get our hands on those.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Today we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about this week's gaming news. Hello and welcome back to the Games4all podcast. Now we're going to head on over to James to talk about this week's gaming news.
Right, first of all, I need to make a correction for last week.
Yeah, I know. Actually, do you know what's funny about this?
What?
Do you know what I sat here and thought when you said it?
Yeah.
I was like, no, it ain't.
Yeah. That's exactly. I was talking about From Dust last week and how the creator was the same team behind Populous. It wasn't.
No.
It's where that came from is the game is very much like Populous. Lots of people have compared it to Populous because it has a similar sort of style and everything.
Yeah, and you got a little bit discombobulated. And kind of.
Basically, the creator of From Dust is Eric Chahi, or Kahi, or I'm not sure how you spell his last name, but I do apologise to him for that.
Even with all those books you read.
Yeah.
Still can't figure that out.
But he's actually responsible for no less awesome games than Another World or Out of This World, I think, if you're in the States it was called. Flashback. And
okay.
Heart of Darkness.
Really?
So like the side-scrolling puzzle platformers and all that. So this is quite different.
I might get this game.
Yeah.
This game's going to be good.
Yeah. They've all got that kind of fairly sort of wholesome on the outside but quite dark
definitely
type thing. And I've seen some more gameplay from Dust and it definitely has that sort of dark
edge. Well, yeah, you showed me a trailer after last week's show and I was quite impressed actually. It looks pretty amazing.
For a downloadable game, it
absolutely.
looks amazing.
I may have to pick it up.
Yeah. But of course the creator of Populous was our dear and beloved friend Peter Molyneux, who
I can't believe you made that mistake.
I was having a brain fart. But I have to say, From Dust does sort of feel fairly similar. Another game that's been compared to is Black and White, which was another Lionhead game by Peter Molyneux. So they've obviously there is some comparisons and all that, but different people.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get on with the current news. That's me.
Yeah.
Apologising, accepting my mistakes like a man.
Good.
And dealing with it. Okay. Now we're moving on.
What can you do in your normal day-to-day life?
Yeah. Yeah. This is an hourly occurrence for me. Sony looks to be introducing a PSN Pass to some of their games. I mean, this is, for the moment, they've said it's definitely in Resistance 3.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But it's going to be like the EA Pass, where with the game, new copies of the game, you get a code, which you type in. It's like a one-use code thing, and that gives you access to all the online content.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you buy the game second-hand, they'll probably have the code up separate that you'll have to pay for to access the online content.
Lots of games doing this. Yeah, like you say, a lot of EA stuff, mostly EA stuff, actually. Yeah. Warner Brothers have started introducing it with Mortal Kombat. So, yeah, you know. Even Homefront had, I think it's called Battle Code thing. Yeah, you just...
Yeah.
Every game seems to have it nowadays. So
you know. It's one of those things that if you're buying the game new, you don't really need to worry about it because you get the code and it's there. It's part of it. But if you're buying second hand, they're kind of making you pay that a little bit extra.
Yeah, and I think that's because I think a lot of developers and publishers feel stung by the fact that they don't make a single penny off of a second hand.
I know Capcom does, because there was that whole thing last week about they were saying with the Resident Evil, the Mercenaries
game.
Yeah, you couldn't wipe your save data from the game, so that kind of affected resale values, and they got heavily rioted at by second hand game buyers.
Oh well.
Oh well, but yeah. So this is kind of a normal thing. I think we're going to see a lot more of this, and a lot of other people adopt it. I think it's going to become like the standard. Code of practice now.
I'm not being funny. I mean, it's taken this long in this generation for it to come to fruition, but I think a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Like I say, with Warner Brothers, with Mortal Kombat, it was kind of a not a surprise, but sort of so many of them are doing it nowadays. It's just another way to earn a few extra quid, I suppose, for these people buying their second-hand games.
Yeah, and to try and ensure as many first-hand sales as possible. Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
This might not come as a surprise to some of you who have been keeping an eye on the news, but Rockstar probably not going to publish Team Bondi's next game.
We'll see if Team Bondi actually make another game.
Yeah.
After this. So, yeah, this is a big story actually, and we've kind of not really been covering it because it's been going on. It's been going on for a few weeks now, and like details have emerged. But like, it took a good 7 years for LA Noire to kind of be completed. Basically.
Yeah, because Team Bondi were sort of almost exclusively Sony for a while.
Yeah, I remember the game was actually a PS3 exclusive for a while.
Yeah, I mean, they did the Getaway, was it?
I think so, yeah.
All that. And, yeah, it was a PS3 exclusive. It was being published by Sony, and they dropped the project, and it was then picked up again by Rockstar.
Yeah.
And Rockstar were so happy with it that they were considering turning Team Bondi into their, like, Rockstar Sydney. And now they've said that they're kind of glad they didn't do that.
So for anyone who doesn't know, obviously, there's a lot of information about this, a lot of leaked emails and stuff like that, but their workers were extremely, let's just say, mistreated, and had some pretty fucked up work practices going on at Team Bondi, and I mean,
imagine battery hens getting whipped, and you're kind of
halfway there.
Yeah.
No, they were made to kind of work ridiculous amounts of overtime. It started off
forced overtime as well.
They had no choice in it. They basically were getting. Went from like the regular kind of 5-day week to the 6-day week, eventually to the 7-day week, literally working every day.
Yeah.
Working from like 9 till 7, but only getting paid up till 9 till 6.
Yeah.
Shit like that. They were trying to pull all sorts, and there was this constant thing of, oh, we're at the last hump. We're at the last kind of few months of development. We're at the last crunch and all this kind of stuff. And they kept saying it like every 6 months, kind of thing. And this game was kind of supposed to launch, I think, 2008.
Yeah.
2007, 2008, yeah. And, during about the time, I think, Red Dead Redemption was beginning development. So, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's taken a long time, and, their workers have been extremely mistreated, and, all of this has kind of just come out over the last few weeks, and people are finally kind of, opening up and talking about it. And a lot of emails were leaked from Team Bondi and some of the founders and stuff to workers and stuff, just kind of explaining a lot. Some of them are like genuinely, like, people had in that 7-year period, they had kids and stuff, they and they weren't allowed to take time off to look after their kids or spend time with their kids. They would just straight up refuse anything like that would kind of not so much halt development, but kind of anything that would stunt it slightly, like hold it back a little bit. They'd literally say, no, you're coming in every day, and this is the hours you're going to work, and blah 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 blah, and just kind of literally mistreated to fuck. So it's really horrible. And I feel sorry for them, but at least their story's out there now, and it's it's pretty much on every gaming website. You can go on and read about it and read these emails and stuff. But I mean, it's a kind of a couple of weeks old, this story, really. It's sort of been a lot of these bits and pieces of the interviews and stuff have been floating around. I forget the co-founder of...
it was Brendan McNamara.
That's the guy, yeah. Apparently he's like the boss from hell. Yeah. Everybody hates him, and he's just a blatant cock. Yeah. And, literally...
And he kind of mismanaged... I think he allegedly mismanaged the whole production operation and everything.
Well, apparently for several months they didn't have... They had like a very small handful of animators, not enough to deal with the workload, and so they were
especially when... Yeah.
So, like...
And it's sort of things like that. You hear stories like that, you can kind of see in the flaws in LA Noire. I mean, we talked about them, like the facial
It's not
animation.
a perfect game at all.
The facial animation is amazing, but the actual body animation and mocap and all that, and in some ways I think in little areas like that and the way the body moves and everything, Red Dead Redemption is probably the better game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's true. I mean, going back to the story there a little bit, I mean, Brendan McNamara, what the fuck his name is, he got pissed at Rockstar for changing the logo.
Yeah.
They had this logo and Rockstar didn't like it, I guess, and changed it, and he was pissed about that and sent emails to everybody in the company saying how much, like, he hated this logo and didn't want, you know, he's sick of being treated as like a cunt and stuff like that by Rockstar, etc. And you know, it's
treat others how you wish to be treated yourself.
Yes. And then they pulled out of an E3 and they were really pissed about that and stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, Rockstar don't do a lot of E3 appearances anyway, so I think it was kind of a rarity that they even considered it. But yeah, I mean, it's horrible, but at least the story's out there. I think a lot of the people involved who've been mistreated over there have, you know...
Yeah, I know he got very kind of angry about the amount of creative control that Rockstar were enforcing upon him. And I think somebody said it perfectly in one of the comments on one of the articles that I read about it, was that in most cases you feel sorry for the little guy because that's your gut reaction to go for the underdog and everything.
Yeah.
But in this case, I think most people are actually siding with Rockstar.
Yeah. Yeah.
The big bad corporation, so to speak, because they're not. You can kind of like see where they're coming from and deal with this. But.
So I mean, in you know, it's a horrible thing, and it. I mean, you know, it probably does happen a little bit more than it should in that kind of industry, but nowhere to that extent, really. I don't think, but you know, we'll see what happens with Team Bondi. I mean, whether or not it's going to be shut down or what, or whether they're just going to carry on making games for somebody else. I don't know, but
if anybody will pick them up after this shitstorm.
Crazy.
I mean, it's not done their reputation any good at all.
No.
Anyway, moving on. Now, this is kind of two stories. There's one old story and sort of a new story, but they kind of link together.
Okay.
Rumours from a Taiwanese components company claim that Sony are going to start production on PS4 at the end of this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and they reckon it'll have inbuilt motion gesture controls like the Kinect and all that, and it's probably looking likely that it'll be kind of shown or at least kind of revealed next year. Yeah,
E3 2012 basically. I read a lot of that earlier.
Yeah, and there were rumours a little while back by the developers of, I think it's Time Crisis or Time Splitters or
Time Splitters.
Yeah. Talking about their new game, saying that Microsoft have plans to unveil their next Xbox, the 720 or the 362 or whatever.
Yeah.
But reveal that at E3 next year as well. Yeah. So could they be pushing for the next gen next year?
I think it's one of those things where at the end of the day, we've had all these rumours about Microsoft are looking for people to research technology for a possible next whatever console, you know. So, you know, they're obviously thinking about it. You know, I'm sure there'll be something to kind of show next year. I mean, the Wii U was shown off this year, and, you know, 3DS last year, and, you know, the Vita this year. So, like, you know, it's kind of the time for... Not so much the time for E3, but to show stuff off that's coming soon. I still think there's still a good 3 years left in, you know, 360 and PS3. Some people disagree with me there. I know today, I think it might have been the head of Ubisoft that mentioned that as far as AI and graphics and things, they've pushed the limits. There's nothing they can really do more now until the next generation. I still think, you know, personally, you know, there are games like... Battlefield 3 that, you know, and Crysis and games running on, you know, decent engines that, you know, are pushing things, but yeah, you know, apparently the Wii U's got so much more power than, you know, the 360 and PS3. Apparently it's like 50% extra, and, you know, so much more times the texture, map it out, whatever bollocks, you know, that kind of stuff.
So chances are Xbox 720 and the PS4 will have twice.
I'm just thinking... It's not unlikely for an unveiling next year at all. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to come out
next year until
I think
maybe
it's going to be
2013.
Yeah. around
late 13, early 14.
Yeah, exactly.
Because consoles like this, big consoles like this, they take longer to...
You've got to have a development cycle for the games for launch titles, otherwise there's no point. So yeah, I'm thinking, 2014.
Oh, I'm going to need to save my money.
So I'm going to want both. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool, but just see what these bad boys are capable of. Yeah, it'd be kind of awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, last week we talked about Crysis 2 getting an update on PC.
Yep.
This last week, the ESRB rating board rated Crysis, the original Crysis, for 360 and PS3.
Yeah, you did actually message me about this. I had actually read the rumour.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I think it's kind of the thing that, we spoke about Crysis and the graphics and that kind of stuff, and it was kind of the benchmark for PC gaming and stuff, and obviously the engine's now running on console and it runs really well.
Yeah, it's scalable. And it's kind of, I think they saw how well that the multi-platform Crysis 2 did, and it sold really well on consoles and all that. I thought, well, if we can get some more people who bought that would probably want the first one on
if I'm honest,
well.
there was rumours of this a long time ago.
Yeah.
Actually, way before Crysis 2 was actually announced for console, that, the original Crysis would come to console, and obviously it never happened, but I'm fine. I'd be happy if it does come out. I mean, maybe they'll kind of do this whole thing where they do like a Game of the Year, Crysis 2, you get Crysis 1 with it or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Or like a bundle or
something like that. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd get it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the rarer cases. I mean, this has sort of happened before. I think mostly with cross territories releases and stuff, where the sequel is actually released before the original.
It is kind of a fucking ass about face way of doing things, but I think people would still buy it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd
people who never played the first Crysis probably played Crysis 2 and thought, "Fucking, this is awesome."
Kind of like me, I do still need to play through Crysis 2, but I played a bit. I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
So, if Crysis 1 came out, you'd probably pick that up as well. Yeah.
My big question is, are they going to bundle Warhead in with it?
That would be interesting. Probably not. No, because unless it's on there's a 2-disc set, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, looking forward to that. Now, this is news that made you very sad, Michelle.
Yes.
Yeah. The developers of Split Second and Pure, Black Rock, owned by Disney, they were hit by massive layoffs earlier on in the year. Yeah. Left them with only 40 members of staff, and they're now being let go.
Yeah. Also, I actually did read about this as well. It's quite harsh. A lot of these companies shutting down really. And that, but Pure was one of those games that was just kind of like.
So I've
quite surprisingly good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for the online.
I never played online, but
it's hilarious. You get you have fights between like 12-year-olds and full-grown men over either how shit the game is, or if they're losing, awesome. Or
that's amazing.
You had an argument with the 10-year-old Canadian boy.
Yeah, because I was kicking his ass.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it. No, but like...
honestly, I have never heard a Canadian get riled up before. So this to me was...
His score was about 200,000, mine was about 2.5 million, so...
Yeah, you like Pure.
Yeah, no, when Pure came out, I was like... Oh, it's from Disney, blah blah blah.
Yeah, to be honest,
it
wasn't a game that I wanted to really play, but it was a package deal with Xbox, so I'll give it a go.
No, I mean, I think when it first came out, I downloaded the demo and I was like, this game looks really nice. Let's play it. It's played really well. I was like, actually, this is pretty good. And I actually got around to picking it up, to be honest. But
we've got it.
Really enjoy. Yeah, I know. No, I do like it, and I've got Split Second, but I haven't actually played much of it at all.
Okay. So. I played the demo of Split Second, and much the same. I thought, this is
graphically it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it did something slightly different
kind
as
of
well.
Cool concept-ish,
but
it's okay.
It's sad that we're not going to get a Pure 2.
Yes,
you're devastated.
Yes,
yeah, I think a lot of people probably. It's a kind of one of those games that's like not majorly popular, but there's enough fans there that would warrant a sequel.
But I mean, you still get enough people at the moment that still carry on playing it for the online.
Which is quite mad because it's like 4 years old now.
Yeah.
2007, 2008.
You go on some games now looking to go online and no one goes. Yeah.
We'll see if they keep the servers online because that could be they could shut the servers down. They're online. So.
Oh.
Well, if it was EA, they probably would have shut them down already. But they shut theirs down after so many years.
Well, anyway, So long, BlackRock.
No, that sucks. It does suck because like they're a decent little developer and they're making not like AAA fucking racing games or anything, but they're decent little games. And it's a shame that someone trying that hard to make something good, hasn't got the chance to do it anymore.
They were quality games, or enjoyable
exactly.
games, and I wish the members of the team of BlackRock, I wish them the best of luck and hope they find jobs elsewhere.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah. Maybe Codemasters are hiring.
No, Codemasters are working on some other racing shit. I read that earlier. They're working on another racing game, another franchise.
Blimey.
They got enough of them. That's what they do these days.
Probably clean. They've got dirt. They're going to do clean.
Don't get me right. Codemasters back in the day made some awesome games. But all they do now is make
Fantastic
racing games.
Dizzy.
Yeah.
Fantastic Dizzy was awesome.
Even though kind of Micro Machines was a racing game, it was an awesome racing game. Top down, and I liked not to go on about Codemasters because it's not about that, but I think it was Micro Machines '98 where you could build your own tracks and stuff. I loved that shit.
Yeah,
that was awesome. Anyways.
And you had the extra control ports on the cartridge.
Yeah, you had full player.
Yeah,
sweet, good times. Anyways,
moving on. Wow, this is actually the last story, and we're getting through these fairly quickly. I'm shocked.
Okay, it's fine.
Gears 3.
Yes.
Lots of people are looking forward to it.
I am. Yes.
Some people so much they leapt at the chance to get the leaked version.
Okay, here we go. So when we talk about leaks on the show,
yeah.
What? No, sometimes it's.
Well, you are part Welsh, aren't you, Michelle?
Anyways,
that's
horrible. American listeners won't get that. Or maybe they will.
Borderline racism hitting home. I'm sorry.
Anyways, so we spoke about leaks on the show. We talked about the Halo Reach leak that happened last year, obviously. Even down to just information that leaks. Obviously, the Modern Warfare 3 thing, the unveiling of games, and it's rare that
you getting revealed like an hour or so before the press conference.
little things like that. Yeah, things like Halo 4 was actually announced like online, but even Gears4all 3 itself was kind of let out of the bag before it was officially announced. It
was let out of the bag when the first game was released. It's a trilogy. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. That's true, actually. But this is a pretty big one. I think Microsoft have probably got a fairly decent lineup this year. I've got Halo Anniversary and things like that. Some the cool gamers are going to be pretty satisfied this end of year. And Gears 3 is pretty high up on the list of their AAA titles, exclusivities and all that kind of stuff. So, quite shocking to find that I turned on my computer and read on Saturday that Gears4all 3 had leaked online. And so I thought, I'm going to check this out, see what's going on. And basically, what happened was somebody got hold of a developer's copy of the game. A very, very unfinished, unpolished version of the game. Basically what it is it predates the beta that we played in April. And it could go far. It could be as old as E3 last year, 2010. Because some of the stuff in Beast Mode they've changed since that they demoed it there. So it is quite old, and there's obviously it's not a finished version, etc., etc. And within 12 hours or so, there was footage on YouTube of it and bits of campaign and stuff. I didn't want to spoil much for myself, but I did want to kind of look into it, so I did watch a little bit. And it's a very rough around the edges version. But so anyway, who knows how they got their hands on it? But hey, it's obviously
Epic are obviously pissed about this.
Yeah, well, what happens is when I mean it's common knowledge now, I think, that people take work home with them, you know, and I don't know whether it's happened in this case, but I know for a fact that Rod Ferguson and Cliffy B take copies of the game home or the latest build of the game home, play it on the weekends, and that kind of stuff. Play test it themselves. I know they pay people to do that, but they like to do it themselves. Who wouldn't? But
if I was making a game, I'd damn well want to play it.
Well, you would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, those kind of things happen, whether or not that's kind of a copy was stolen or what, or whether it was, who knows. But, it's one of those things. I think it only really works on, like, dev kits and, like, hardware modded Xboxes and stuff.
All right.
So a few people here and there probably have the opportunity to play it. I personally wouldn't, even if I had the chance to, because it's so kind of rough around it. I want the full polished experience on September 20th. And that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't want to have that kind of Yeah, not finished bullshit. I mean, we played the beta and it was so polished, it was unbelievable. It did not feel like a beta at all.
No.
And so obviously, that's what I want from the game. I don't want this kind of half-assed thing. Anyways, yeah, they did make a statement. Epic Games made a statement saying that they are looking into it. It's unfortunate, but it's not representative of the final game. It's such an old build of the game that,
But still, there are certain details, especially like the campaign.
There's a lot of things they are going to get a bit hurt by it, but I don't think it's going to hit sales at all because obviously, who wants to play a game that's half made anyway? And it sucks. It does suck for them, but it would be worse if it was the full retail gold mastered version or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably doesn't actually exist at the moment, but I'm just saying, if that version leaked 2-3 months early, they'd really have something to be pissed about,
Yeah.
So it could have been a lot worse. They made a statement and they basically said they're looking into it and seeing how the leak came about, but just one of those things. Something got hacked and it got downloaded, I guess. I don't know.
Probably there is a lot of that going about, I hear.
Exactly. So, anyways,
right.
That's pretty much that story.
Yeah, that's pretty much the news.
Awesome. All right, then. So we're going to take another break.
Hey.
Well deserved. Hey. So we're going to take another break. We're going to come back and talk about the top 10 game sales of this week and the releases.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the Games4all podcast. We're going to talk about the top 10 selling games in the week of this week. That is this week. I don't know where I was going with that. UK sales, basically. So, interesting to see what's going on.
Yeah, just let me get the voice out of the box.
In this country, so, Right,
shall we begin?
Yeah, go for it.
At number 10, down from 7, it's FIFA 11.
Okay, not surprising, because, it's football.
Yeah, it'll be there.
It'll be FIFA 12 out in, September 30th or something. So,
yeah, and then FIFA 11 dropped right off the charts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Unless people buy it thinking that it's FIFA 12, or they get it because it's much cheaper, because FIFA 12 is out.
Yeah, true. Anyways.
I'd laugh if it suddenly shot to number 1 with FIFA 12 came out.
No, I don't know what's going to happen.
No. At number 9, non-mover, Brink.
Okay, still hanging in there. I didn't think this was going to last out much longer, but hey.
Right.
It's cool, I played a bit. I mentioned it before. It was kind of cool. I liked it a bit more than most people.
I've
I literally didn't play that much of it. I played about half an hour offline. It wasn't that great, but it was good. It was okay. It was fine.
Okay,
whatever.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah,
I might get around to having a go at it at some point.
Yeah.
Number 8, up from 10, is Top Spin 4.
Once again, Wimbledon's kind of,
It's gone now, but it was big last week.
Yeah, so, there's some, sales from that, obviously. And I think I mentioned before last week, it's kind of a fairly big tennis franchise there's several tennis franchises out there, but, it's probably the biggest out of them, so.
Yeah. Number 7, down from 4, it's Dirt 3.
Dirt 3, probably the biggest racing game out at the moment, which, there seems to be a racing game every sort of 3 months. And the last one was Shift 2.
Yeah.
And the one before that was probably Hot Pursuit. And so, I'm probably has been a few more in between, but But yeah, Dirt 3, very popular. It's been we've kind of joked about it on the show, and I've ripped the piss out of it. But it's it's racing. It's decent. I like the first one. Didn't play the second one. Haven't played the third one. But who knows? It might be quite good.
Okay.
Might be picking up. I don't know. I guess.
Right, are you quite done?
Yeah.
Shall I go on with the chart?
Go for it.
Our second biggest climber, number 6, up from 17, Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
The film's come out.
Yeah. Basically.
Lately, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've heard that this isn't too bad. I mean, it's not going to be great. Let's be honest.
It's not going to last too long. I don't
think. I tend to try and avoid kind of movie tie-in games now.
Yeah, I've heard this isn't too bad. I've not a great thing, but
have they brought back the button? Because I remember with the second game, they took away the transform button. And you kind of transform automatically as you accelerate.
That is bullshit.
You need a button to transform.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
So I hope they heard this and they put it
probably
back.
have thrown that back in. I don't know. I haven't played it, but I've heard it's okay.
Okay.
So,
okay, next up is our biggest climber. Number 5, up from 20, Virtual Tennis 4.
Oh, there you go.
See Top Spin 4 at number 8.
Yeah, get your tennis in there. It's made by Sega instead of TK.
Yeah.
Is there any difference?
Yeah.
mainly, I think. I don't know. Still hitting the ball.
Yeah.
Virtually.
And like I said, it was Wimbledon. Hopefully now Wimbledon's done and we British did crap. It'll drop off again.
It should do. It shouldn't be seeing any of that crap next week.
Okay. Number 4, down from 3. It's Fear 3.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
it. Yeah. At number 3, down from 2, it's LA Noire. We talked about that.
Yeah,
as well,
we talked about
that.
No, I do want to finish LA Noire. I feel really weird about the game now, knowing kind of the backstory of the development and stuff behind it. But hey, you know,
Do you feel dirty?
A little bit.
You look dirty.
Yeah, I know. Anyway,
Sorry. That was uncalled for.
yeah,
I do
that was a bit
apologise.
harsh. Yeah.
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 It's not your fault. You look like a tramp.
I've got a good comeback for that, actually.
Go on then.
Fuck you. Okay. What else we got?
Number 2, up from 5. It's Lego Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay, really. That's doing pretty good. It's doing better than expected. I think at this point, it's been out for a while.
Yeah.
It's hanging in there.
Lego games are awesome.
Yeah, a lot of kids probably, it's on a lot more, it's on handhelds and everything. So
Yeah, and this covers this kind of
pretty
all
much
the
everything.
different
So
versions.
it's on a lot more different devices than than some of these other games. So it's kind of not surprising. So, yeah.
I'm waiting for Harry Potter 2. Lego Harry Potter 2.
I was going to say, definitely Hallows Part 2.
No, Lego Harry Potter Part 2.
Right.
Which will have the Deathly Hallows in it.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway.
Oh, number 1. Oh, God.
I think
Pretty much says it all.
if you've listened for the last couple of weeks, you'll probably know what that means.
Number 1, non-mover, Zumba Fitness. What the fuck?
My sentence exactly. I really have no idea what is going on here, unless, like I said earlier,
Shenanigans.
is there a little bag of crack in there or something that you get free crack? I don't know. That doesn't really work with the fitness side of things, but you never know.
Might give them the energy to actually get
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck? Why is this game at number 1 for the least 3 weeks? I mean, this is just getting silly now.
I just got an image now. Some guy said, "I thought I need some fitness."
Quite possibly. I don't really get why it's as popular as it is, but it is very fucking popular.
Are there scantily clad,
what are you on?
sweaty women gyrating about?
That's why
Could that be a selling
I did
point?
say unlockable boobs last week, so it's possible.
So yeah.
I really can't see why it's that popular. I mean, we had what do we have come out? USC Trainer come out last week.
That looks cool.
Not even
Yeah,
on
I
the
mean,
list.
I honestly fucking want to pick that up. To be honest, I probably will. And
Or maybe you should knock Zumba Fitness off
yeah,
the
I'm
top.
fucking hoping that might do something. Well, it's not even in the top 10, so but no, I mean, there are other fitness. There's so many fitness games out there and stuff. So I don't see why this is so popular, but it's kind of I think it's kind of a faddy thing. It's a big fad for the Zumba Fitness thing at the moment. So
For the fatties.
for the faddies.
Fatty.
So yeah, I mean maybe that's what it is. Fuck knows. Anyway, I'm kind of hoping it ain't number 1 next week because this is going to get old.
Yeah.
We're all fucking quick.
We should make our own chart.
Yeah. If it's actually at number 1 next week, we'll say it isn't and put something else there.
Yeah. So if it's not,
They're just going, they're lying.
Yeah, probably. No, we'll tell it like it is, but it's still pretty fucked
Let's
up.
just do 10 to 2.
Are they giving it away for like a fucking £1 or something? Yeah, free copies of Zumba Fitness. No, I don't know.
Get ourselves
and then it
going.
wouldn't be on the top of the
Yeah,
sales
but
chart.
they might be like charging a penny or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe they're giving it away with money
Maybe, yeah.
and classing it as a transaction.
Kind of awesome.
I'll pick that up.
Free money. Unlockable
Anyway.
boobs. It's a win-win.
Yeah. That is the British software chart.
Yeah, I'm not proud.
No.
I'm not proud at all.
Well, there are a couple of good games in there.
So while the Americans have been all patriotic, I'm just, I've lost all faith in us as a country that
As a nation.
as a nation,
As a people.
Yeah.
As an island.
Anyway,
No, I can't lose faith in us.
what games are coming out this week?
Alright. We got Air Conflict Secret Wars on
Sorry,
360.
what?
Air Conflict Secret
Okay.
Wars
Okay.
I'm guessing it's a fighter plane.
Awesome.
Type game.
Okay.
Redoer. It's on 360, PS3 and PC.
A franchise Codemaster should get into.
Yeah.
Big time.
Air conflict.
Yeah.
Conflict in the air.
That's what it suggests.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Does anybody actually still play, like, fighter plane games?
Tom Clancy's Hawks does okay. Yeah. I guess they do. I mean, I look at some of these games and think, oh, it looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
And that's as far as it goes.
Okay.
I just pick up my copy of Zumba Fitness and start playing that.
Awesome. And
you're just ignoring it now.
No. The other game that's coming out this week is Dungeons and Dragons Daggerdale for PC.
Awesome.
It's been out on the PSN and Xbox Live for a couple of weeks now. I played the trial.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Dungeons and Dragons fan.
Yeah, I guess that.
Not so much.
Not good?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's dull. I mean, you can sort of see what they've tried to do with it, but it's just a dungeon crawl, and it's dull.
No.
I mean, I guess the clue is sort of Dungeons and Dragons, and they do make Dungeons and Dragons games, but does every single Dungeons and Dragons game have to be set in a dungeon? Can there not be like a few dungeons, but set some outside? I mean, like the Baldur's Gate series and all that was mostly outside.
Okay.
That was Dungeons and Dragons game. That was awesome. I want another one of them.
Okay.
That's all I have to say on the matter.
Right,
I'm thoroughly disappointed.
Oh, alright, okay. Calm down.
This week's releases, you have shamed me.
Here, have this free bag of cracker gold with Simple Fitness.
No, not after last week.
Yeah, that was pretty insane. Okay.
I swear to God, I was up and down, I was all over the place. I was a nightmare to live with, wasn't I, Michelle?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so...
sitting there trying to sell all my shit. I literally got to the point where I was trying to sell my shit.
That's nice. That's lovely. Anyways, let's try and get this back on the track if we can. That'd be great.
Oh, we didn't manage it last week. What makes you think we'll do it this week?
Yeah, good point. Okay, so that's pretty much this show. We apologise.
It wasn't that bad.
It could have been better. Who are you trying to kid? Okay, so thank you very much for listening and downloading the show and supporting us. Yeah, if you still do that, we might not be doing that next week. So yeah,
we promise next week
we'll
be 7 days crack free.
Okay, so check us out at Games4allpodcast.com for all our archive of episodes, audio and video, and loads of other extra content on there as well. Podcast at Games4allpodcast.com if you want to email us about anything. If you want to know where get some crack, just email us. No, we need to stop that.
Enough with the crack.
Okay, so anyway, email us on that, and there's facebook.com/Games4all podcast, and we're also on Twitter, which is at Games4all. So yeah, that's pretty much that done. So thank you very much for listening once again. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
For more episodes of the Games4all podcast, check out our website, www.games4allpodcast.com.
You can also follow us at twitter.com/Games4all, or check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Games4all podcast.
The Games4all podcast is brought to you in association with HostGator. For all your web host needs, check out hostgator.com.